Okay, welcome guys. Today is 11/11. Sales are going through the roof today, and there is one particular earphone I'm going to talk about, which you guys have seen, which is the recently released Tinhifi T2. The Tinhifi P2. It's a planar magnetic in-ear earphone. Now the thing here is that I'm not recommending you go out to buy it today. Now I'm not hating on the earphone or anything. It's just that once I'm done with this, I will explain why it is a problem for you to even buy the Tinhifi P2. Now, when the Tinhifi P2 was announced, a lot of people had the mindset that this particular model was going to be very efficient in its power handling, that's its power efficiency. And even I remember Tinhifi trying to even give people that assurance that the model would not be too power hungry, and that it wasn't even a problem that people would worry themselves over. But fast forward to when they actually launched this product, now we have a very serious situation. What was the situation here? The thing here is the fact that you're looking at an earphone that is pretty much not only hard to drive, but it's actually harder to drive than the original P1. And the original P1 was already tough to drive. And now, don't get me wrong, I know planars are very, very hard to drive. And if you really want to get the absolute best performance from your planar, you will have to find a way to amp it up. But there are so many planars that don't need a ton of power as well. Anyway, granted, they're overhead headphones, but most planars, they're not crazy power hungry. They are power hungry, but not crazy power hungry. Now, when you now come to an earphone like the P2, you already have this mindset that, oh, you're getting something that you can power off, maybe not a dongle, but something like a Bluetooth receiver that has a very good amp section in it. So hence the reason why people get planar. Plus, planar has its own sound signature that people tend to like at times. So the P2 right now is a very tough device to drive. A lot of people are saying that you need desktop amps to really push this to its absolute limit. Let's take a look at the specification they claims is coming with. It's first coming with a frequency response that goes down to 10 Hz, goes as high as 20 kilohertz. It's a 32 ohm earphone. The rated power is 5 milliwatts. Max power is 10 milliwatts. This is pretty much a false information, because what this earphone requires to run is pretty much, it needs gobs and gobs of power. So there is no reason why one should be able to believe these specs. This specs looks conservative. This specs is trying to mislead people into believing that they can actually run this off a decent dongle, and it's not the case. You can't really run this earphone off anything that would make it sound decent until you start heading to, I don't know, amps that cost into the $3 to $5 to even $1,000 to get this to actually perform its best. Now, we now talk about the sound signature. The sound signature of this earphone is too flat to warrant that price tag that it has. If you go through the frequency response of the P2, you will find out that the P2 does not have any accentuation on any frequency that sets it apart. Now, yes, it's a good thing. Flat is always very good. The problem here is that it is flat across the mid to the low frequency, but has a spike in the upper treble, making this is somewhat of a bright set. The people that have at least gotten their hands and have reviewed this, they don't really want to outrightly call this a bright set, just not to upset the fan base. Maybe they still want to salvage this earphone and see whether it can still sell a few more pieces before they start maybe bashing it. Not necessarily bash it, but maybe not really promote or talk about it as they need to. But for me, that really, I don't get that sponsorship or anything. I buy my things with my money. I have the right to tell you when something is not really worth your time. What this earphone can do, many other earphones at a very cheaper prices can do this. Yes, maybe not at the same level of, will I even say detail, because there are so many earphones that have better detail than the P2. So I'm not going to say that it has anything that really sets it apart out that much. It will sound very good on a normal day-to-day basis, but I don't think it has anything that would freak any average person that just wants to buy this thing. And another reason why you should pretty much stay away from the P2 this 1111 is the price. I have looked at all the stores that are selling the P2, from Tinhifi's official store to other stores that I follow. The thing here is the fact that the P2 right now is very, very, the deals they are trying to give you is not worth it at all. It's only been discounted for, I think, $1 or so, just about $1. I remember it came out for a price of $341. Now it's reduced to $339, so about almost $2 discount. So is $2 discount what you're paying to get an earphone that is incredibly tough to drive? You probably may not have the amp to actually power this particular earphone, and are you gonna pay $350 for an earphone that you can't even enjoy? So you kind of have to stay away from this earphone. Now, this is not applicable for everyone. If you have good amplification, like the THX monolith amp, the A90 from Topping, something very powerful, you can go ahead and buy this. But the question then is, does an average consumer have all those desktop gear? If the most powerful portable gear is the XD05 Plus, and that is the only portable solution that can actually drive these guys, because that one comes with 1 watt of power. If that is the only thing that can drive this, then I think there is a big limitation there. You understand? There is a very big limitation there. It's a nice earphone, I'm not gonna lie, it's still a nice earphone, but its limitation is not something that I can recommend. The limitations are too much, and I don't think it's something that a lot of people would benefit paying. Look, before the P2 came out, I was very hyped for this earphone. I personally was like, I'm going to hype this earphone, get a couple of sales in for Tinhifi. But the truth is, Tinhifi shot themselves in the foot with this release, and they are the ones that caused why this earphone is pretty much going to flop. I know it's not easy to make a planar that is efficient. I know that it's not easy. So I'm not going to come out to say that, oh yeah, they should have done it that way, they should have done it this way, they should have. I'm not going to do that. It is what it is. The brand put out what they put out, hoping people would like it. But the truth is, people don't like what they cannot use if properly. You understand? If people are going to spend a ton of money to actually use your stuff properly, then that's a problem. That is a big limitation, and people may not appreciate that very well for what you're trying to do. So here's a frequency graph that came with the release. As you can see, it's a very flat set. It's not too dynamic as you would like, but it is what it is. It is really what it is. I'm not recommending the P2, especially with the deals that I've seen for it. It's not worth it. But if you still want to get it, I will leave a link. You check it out and see whether you can contact the stores. At least the store I'm going to leave below, they are very good. They give special discounts. So all you just have to do is to send them a message. They just send them a private message and tell them that you're interested to buy the P2. What extra discount can they give you? And they'll give you an idea of how much they can bring it down to. Maybe that they will give you a $20-30 discount. I don't know, just contact them and see what you can get as an offer. Okay guys, that's it. Follow us here on social media. Please subscribe, like our content, and I'm going to see you guys next time.